Hey, welcome to the Worship Guitar channel. A common question I get asked all the time is how do I create guitar parts over a chord progression? Here's 3 things that I like to do that will help answer that question. So for me, I like to look at a set of chord shapes in a small area of the fretboard, low and then high. Let's look at these chord shapes to start with. And also I'd like to really use the center of the guitar, mainly the D, G, and B strings, to start with. Then I have room to go up or down if needed to create a part. So F sharp minor, D, A, E. And those are right in a 4-fret area. Now with my first fingers really anchored on that 2nd fret there, but now I'm going to anchor everything up to the 9th fret with my first finger, covering these 4 frets here. Got the F sharp minor, D, D2 actually, and then an A, E. These are common triad shapes. And I just really I'm going to probably say chord shapes the rest of this video because I arpeggiate them and I play double stops and different things with these chord shapes. So I don't always want to say triads because that's literally 3 notes when you say triad. But I just look at these chord shapes as a foundation, basically. And number 2 is I really create or practice creating common moves over a common chord progression in a certain key. In this case, it's F sharp minor. There's little moves we can do every time we play in this key. You have the chord shapes. You also have the F sharp minor pentatonic scale right in that 4-fret area also. So there's little notes or even a phrase. I can create a little lead line just arpeggiating these chord shapes. And we can get that a little more dramatic with some vibe. I'll leave a link for the recent pedal board rundown I did so you can kind of see how I'm getting some of these sounds. But I'm really looking at those chord shapes and you see I just create a simple lead line just by chunking those notes, those single notes, F sharp minor, and then the next time I'm hitting the D note because we're going to a D chord. Same move, back to A, This time just go up to the B note there because you're going to the E chord at that point. And the same for the lower register. A lot of times I'll use that for rhythm. I can even do some picky things. Or just a chunky rhythm. Then I can create lead lines or rhythm within those chord shapes. I might even just a simple ambient part that you might want to do. You can use these chord shapes. Let's go a little cleaner here with the neck pickup. So basically, I'm locating the chord shapes in a couple areas of the fretboard. I'm just connecting them using sometimes the pentatonic scale, but really just pulling off and hammering on and sliding to those chord shapes. You have common things you can do, which I just showed you there. But another big thing is that the dynamic part of it, using your guitar pickups, your pedal board, to create either a huge sound, an ambient sound, even just a simple lead line is sitting right under this little area here. And I could add my pinky there on this E note, 12th fret, to kind of tie all those chords together too. F sharp minor, D, A, and E. Kind of the E note is a pedal note that works over all the chords. But this needs to be a mindset to practice this stuff. When you pick up your guitar, have a set of chords in mind. Find those simple chord shapes, connect them, and then you start using dynamics and rhythm, lead lines. It doesn't have to be real complicated. I use just a core tone most of the time, and again, I'll leave a link for my recent pedal board breakdown. It just will explain some of the way I'm getting some of my sounds and my tone. But just having a chord tone with a like this is set pretty clean, but with an edge of breakup to it when I dig into it. But if I go to the neck pickup, a little cleaner. In the mix, though, this is pretty darn clean when you hear it in the mix. Once you start doing this over different chord progressions, you're going to have those common moves are already going to be in your arsenal. You're going to have them in your tool bag, so you're ready, because it's you don't have to start from scratch every time you have a new song in your worship set. You just are ready to do some of these simple moves, and you can connect the fretboard that way. Just I'm looking. I know the notes of the fretboard, but I'm really just visualizing the chord shapes. I look down at this area. I just see those chord shapes, and that just comes from time and doing it and hearing it. It's so important to use your ear during this process. But you can easily create lead lines around these chord shapes because all the notes available are right within reach. You don't have to be guessing at where you're going up or down. You're in that area, and this simplifies things, and you don't have to think too much. It's just easy to have freedom to improvise and just to play from the heart without thinking too much, and that's important to me. Thanks so much for checking out my worship guitar video today. I appreciate all your support, and remember, God is good.